Bougie go high the beat. Stopping in, we been tapping in. We ain't never late. Dropping gems, we been locking in. Now let's elevate. Took else to win, running laps again. This is steady race. People's champ, boy, yeah, you know I've been a heavyweight. Stopping in, we been tapping in. We ain't never late. Dropping gems, we been locking in. Now let's elevate. Took else to win, running laps again. This is steady race. People's champ, boy, yeah, you know I've been a heavyweight.
Maybe come back with the fist. What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Heavyweight Bros, episode 27, coming to you February 16th, Wednesday. Look at that. Got everything checking all these boxes. It's me, your host, the diabolical diabetic, the 5XL assassin, the big nasty in the building. And then to my right is the high yellow hitman, Coach Buck, the freaking Deacon, my man, Uncle Raisinet. What's going on, broski? How you doing?
Terrible. Hold on, let me get us in here. I feel like we not. All right, there we go. I'm just joking. You know me, everything fades away when we start potting, man. But it was generally a rough day, man.
Is it because you drinking your own urine?
No, this is a little Arnie Palmy right here.
That joint looks thick.
It's delightful. But yeah, no, it was just long day at work. You know what I mean? You know how it goes, man. We talk about this all the time. Had a little fender bender after work.
Heard about that.
Doing crazy, man. Like,
keep your eyes on the road, bro.
That's not what it is, man. Some lady was looky-looing, man. She caused a traffic jam. So there was an accident on the side of the road. All right. So we got to merge away from the traffic to get into traffic. So I'm looking one way, so I know the oncoming traffic is coming, so I know when I can get out into traffic. So I'm looking, I'm like, oh, her opening's coming now. All right, so let me look for my opening. My opening's coming. I go to move forward, like, bang, she's still right there. And I look at her, it's because she's looking at the freaking accident for strangers that she don't even know and didn't take off when she was supposed to. And I looked at the wrong time.
Did you hit her from behind?
Yes. Mind you, she didn't want to exchange no information. You know what she said?
What?
My car's fine. Yeah, but my whole front end is not. So it's like, I mean, it's not terrible. But
police had to go?
I mean, yeah, just out of necessity. They were already there because there was an accident. There was a police and ambulance already there for the accident that was already happening. But it is what it is.
Why didn't you take that no change of information and skedaddle, bro?
I did.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Because you said the police were there. I thought you meant like the police.
Now, to be honest with you,
they walked over.
To be honest with you, I almost dipped on her, but it's a good thing I'm a more open man because she ain't look like she was nice with that wheel, bro. So
apparently not.
She made the mistake of pulling right behind the other accident, and I'm like, lady, you can't park here because then nobody's gonna be able to go through. So I'm looking at her as I pass by, like, let's go around the corner, and she's not moving in time. I'm like, fam, I could hit this corner. Take a right on this red and be right back on the highway. But I was just like,
too fast.
You know, I was just
too
like,
furious.
You know, them days shenanigans are over. So, you know, I didn't want any travesty mockeries on my conscience. So I just pulled over, and turns out she was like, nah, I'm cool with it. If you cool with it, I was like, well, I'll hit you. So you let me know what you want to do. And we just kept it moving. How are you?
I was gonna say, like, you know, you should have channeled your inner Ludacris, like, move, get out the way.
Listen,
here I come.
If she had just moved, we wouldn't be in this in the first place. But hey, it is. You know how it goes. Yeah. And then while we was pulled over, somebody else almost got into an accident because he's looking at the five.
Where is this area so I can stay away from this area? Because that's what it sounds like. It's like
it's the
bad juju just all over there.
The Chestnut exit by YMCA.
Yeah, that's what you messed up being near Chestnut in general.
Well, I was trying to stay on the highway because to just stay downtown, but it was like crazy traffic, and I wasn't about to be sitting in that traffic just to try to get downtown for 30 minutes when I could just take the Chestnut exit and it'll bring me to the same place. And even after all of that, I still got there quicker than I would have if I had stayed on the highway, minus a fender bender. So it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? Pieces already in the mail. We'll be okay. How about you?
Maintaining.
Okay.
It's been rough.
Okay.
So like, but like, yeah, maintaining. We here.
Okay.
Like I was like,
elaborate.
When you told me that you got into an accident, I was like, man, pushing this pod back another day might put me over the edge. I was like, yo, you sure you don't want to do it tonight, bro?
I was with it. I was with it. That's why I texted you. I was like, yeah, I kind of need the pod.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
I need the pod. You know what I mean? So
No.
when you was like, yeah, I'm good. I was like, all right, I'll be there shortly.
2 hours later.
I got here though.
But are we ready to move on into?
Yeah.
I was going to say. So let's get ready to dig in these crates, man.
No diggity, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
So I debuted an album to you last pod.
Why are you introing it like that? Like you debuted it to me?
I don't know. I just wanted to present it because I know there's some times where I present stuff to Joel and he's kind of like, or he's like, I need another listen or not feeling it.
Yeah.
Not this time around, huh?
So you did. You you put me onto the new Yo Gotti album.
Yes, I did.
And like one of the things that you said on there is like I've never listened to a Yo Gotti album, and I wouldn't mind listening to another Yo Gotti album.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that was kind of like how I felt. I was like, oh, like I thought a Yo Gotti album would sound a lot different than this, and a sound that I wouldn't like.
Mm-hmm.
And then like the more I looked at it, or like the more that I listened to it, I was like, nah, like this is pretty solid. Like I'm okay with this.
Mm-hmm.
What? We never stop sharing?
Oh no, we're still good. We're still good. Don't worry about it. Keep it pushing. Go ahead.
It's like that threw me. I was like, all right, what's going on with that there, sir?
I can get it out your way if you want me to. It bothers you. Don't worry, people. There's something on the screen. Joel was distracted.
Nah, because like last time that happened, we had to spend 45 minutes.
Oh no. We goody in the hoodie. Don't worry about it.
Goody in the hoodie.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's solid. That's like the best thing that I can say about it. I don't think it was great, and I don't think it was bad. Like I was like, oh, it's pretty solid.
Yeah, it's maintainable.
There was like at least like 3 songs that I was like, I can listen to these 3 songs again.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, it's very much like, I feel like Yo Gotti's music in general is like one of those songs that's just always on, like, it almost seems like there's a song that sounds like that's always on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it's never your favorite song, but it's like, it's a song that you don't mind listening to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what was the big one that he had with Nicki Minaj that I could not stand?
I know what you're talking about.
Oh, break it up. Back it up.
Yeah, there you go.
Rake it up. Yeah, and it was like, that song is fine. I'm going to tell you, that I race with China and the race with China and my king vagina.
Me and Lulu was we had took a trip to Miami Beach when that song came out, and that joint was on the radio all the time. I was like, even when we was on South Beach, it's like every place you walk by, I was like, okay, this is where we at with it. I was like, the first time you was like, okay, all right, we outside, and then after a while, you're like, all right, you don't got no other tracks.
Like, Bill Callen live out here? Can you put on some DJ Callen somewhere? Right.
But no, yeah, it was enjoyable.
I don't know why you stopped talking. I don't know if you thought like I had like
you looked like you was rubbing the lineup. It was like, oh wait.
No, I didn't. But then like you stopped talking, so I was like, oh, I guess like this is my opportunity. But I didn't put it on here because like I wasn't 100% sure, but I feel like people were talking about it. Did the verses happen with Anthony Hamilton and Music Soul Child?
I saw.
Is it the one that I shared with you?
I think so. It was like Anthony Hamilton started singing in front of like baked mac and cheese.
Like a perfectly seasoned,
fried chicken, yams, rice, and peas.
You're not my And I was just like, and I took that as, I was like, wait, is the verses tonight? Or like, are you just listening to Anthony Hamilton? But it's like I haven't seen anybody talk about it like at all.
Or heard anything,
so it's like
so I don't.
I know it was a random thing to just throw in here, but it just like it came up in my head. I was like, did that happen? Because like I've been seeing a lot of like Music Soul Child love too recently, or people are just like, we don't give enough flowers to music, neo soul, and like all this other stuff.
Oh my goodness.
But
I don't think it happened because I feel like that would be everywhere. I just think because like has there ever been a versus that's kind of snuck by everyone?
I don't think so. Maybe the Gladys Knight, Patti LaBelle.
No, that didn't sneak by. That happened.
I feel like I've been pretty invested in almost every versus.
People probably just like they know what's happening, so they probably just reinvested in some songs before it comes out. To be like, oh, there it goes.
All right, I'm gonna do my research. My research is gonna be going to YouTube and just googling Soul Child versus.
You're gonna be like, dang, missed it.
And I feel like this is just going to be peppered like all over the place in here. But like I feel like the most important thing that had happened musically was the Super Bowl halftime performance.
Yes. Hov, how did we get here?
What is that? What is that?
Because Hov is the one who helped put together the show.
But why'd you say how did we get here?
Because everybody's always talking crazy. I know when he first made the little collective bargaining statement with the NFL, it was like, oh, why you not supporting Cap? You selling out, when actually he's making more opportunities for people who look like us to get involved in that main stage. And this was a very iconic moment and a perfect representation of what he was trying to do in the first place. And now everybody's going to call him a genius when a year ago you was calling him a sellout.
He was jamming too. He was jamming in there. I saw him in the booth. He was like, "Yeah, that's it right here."
Have you ever coached before, like a youth basketball team or anything?
Yeah.
Have you ever ran a play and it worked perfectly?
Yeah.
And you be like, right? Or like that moment where you seen Coach Carter. Remember when they were showboating and that man was like, "Oh, nice play." He was like, "Coach, your shoes untied." He was like, "Oh, look at that bow. I tied that bow." That's the feeling you got. Like, yeah, I was talking crazy.
Especially because he wrote famously. He wrote "Still Dre."
Yep.
So like, you know, of course, like that one comes out. He's like, "Yeah, 8Ks."
He's all over the place. He's all over it. You know what I mean? So haters gonna hate when they don't understand how.
One of my favorite memes is like the Jay-Z bopping one. You know, it's always got like the scarf on. He's just like,
the head bop. Right? He's outside in the cold.
Yeah, it's like for some reason. It's like,
oh yeah,
it's like
listen,
I think Jay-Z's one of the most hilarious.
Nothing crazier than all the places I've seen Mary J. Like somebody check on Monet. She just found out about Z. Like I just got informed that there's an 8:30 Zoom meeting tomorrow. It's like everything is like Mary really meant it when she said no more pain.
But the other big meme is the surprise guest who I feel like everybody's just listening to me when I talk because I called it. 50 shows up and he's a little bit like you know, the jokes were easy. They're a little too easy. Like, you know, they were just like, oh, 50 cent look like a whole $1 now. Seen a lot of those. And it's like 50 cent more like 75 cents. And it's
you have 4 TV shows on Stars in rotation and getting paid crazy after dodging a big lawsuit from somebody else's baby mom. You be a little thick too.
He's also like not fat. Like he's just bigger.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, it's not fat. Like I feel like they were playing it like he was a heavyweight, bro. And it's like, yeah, he's in a heavyweight, but he's cut, bro.
Hey, 50, you can come on whenever you want to. We'll be your guest.
You can add us to the Power Network if you want to. Like I'm all in there.
I would do great. I promise you, I would do great.
What show are you going to be on? Force
with Tommy?
Yeah.
Nah, Tommy can have that.
What show you on? So you're on book 2. I feel like he's naming them like novels. Man, it's like, can I be on Push?
No, I want to be on
the novel by Sapphire.
I want to be on the Kanan joint. Put me on the Kanan joint, man. I don't want to be with Tariq, man.
If you all right, this is like I know we're going like way off base right now. Mm-hmm. If you think like this is how my head works too. Mm-hmm. Like, I know you watch TV shows and you watch movies and you're like, I could do this. Like, this would be made for me. So like, if they were to write you something and they were like, who do you want to be? Or like, what role do you want to play in the show? Like, what do you think that you got in your bag that you could do?
Literally anything.
I mean, so like you could be like Denzel in Glory. Like, come on, man. You can't do everything.
Yes. I could do Denzel in Glory.
You could do Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible.
I wouldn't do my own stunts, but yes.
I don't think so. I don't think you got it in you.
What?
I think like you ever seen the Doughboy versus Teddy? And like one of the things that they have to do is they do like an acting competition.
Yes.
And it's like they're both given the same scene.
Yes.
I think I would blow you out the water if we did something like that.
I don't think so.
I think absolutely.
You would not.
And the scene that they had to do too was the Will Smith with the father. Why don't you walk me, man?
Kill that. I would kill that. Oh, because I already have a personal basis to work from. What are you talking about?
See, this is the thing about acting, because you know your boy was an acting aficionado back in the day, and it's like everybody. Can
you drop a real tear on me?
I cannot drop a real tear, and I'm
aware. You lose,
and I'm dropping a real tear right now.
Huh?
Drop a real tear right now.
Come on, now you can't
you said on command.
I have to be. I'm talking about in the essence of the acting.
The words that you said were on command. Right. I said I could not do it on command.
Right.
You said that you could.
You're right.
You can't, and you're about to grab a water. And it's like, yo, put it down. I wish you acted like you knew what the hell you was talking about. Like, I wish you could act right. But I mean, I feel like we joked around about it, but like the Super Bowl halftime performance, though.
It was iconic.
It's up there.
I told you it was iconic.
It's up there.
I was more than like ecstatic. Like
I was like, why is this so short?
I kind of felt like I disrespected the Super Bowl. Like, why is this more fun than the football?
We're gonna get to the game and towards the end, but it was like
it was very enjoyable. And like I said, it's like the way they set it up, they made sure that it was cultural, it was both respective, and like it paid homage. Like you got to hear from people that like you've heard from in not in a long time. But then Kendrick shows up, and you're like, hey, I've been waiting to see Kendrick, and he dropped some bars that wasn't nobody ready to hear.
He also did what I said when he came out, when Pyrus and Crips. I'm telling you, man, like everybody just is listening to what I'm saying.
And then as soon as he said it, I was like,
yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. It's
Lily
like,
was looking at me like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, don't worry about me." And then, like to top it all off, I'm a sneaker connoisseur. That man M came out with the
threes?
Player Edition threes, bro. I was just like, somebody said to me, was like, PJ Tucker's gonna be playing ball in them joints tomorrow.
PJ Tucker be riding the bench.
As soon as that man walked up, the first thing I say was like, "Look at the feet, though." You know what I mean? It was just like, yeah, it was everything culturally that you would want to put in there and entertaining at the same time.
Any songs that you wish that they did that they didn't do?
Right, it's so many. I couldn't do it.
So the answer is yes.
Yes.
All right. Because there was a bunch of them too. I felt like there was a couple.
That joint could have been a 3-hour concert.
Oh, 100%. I mean, that's the Up in Smoke tour at that point.
Right. And people would literally be so entertained and wouldn't even realize that they were somewhere for 3 hours.
As much as we made fun of, or our people are making fun of Big 50, did you see like how he actually got up there?
No.
Like while Snoop and Dre are up there, like they show like the view, and it's like you see 50 walk up, he grabs the bar, pulls himself up, and then like leans like this and goes like 1, 2, 3, and then comes down. And it's just like, as much as they make fun, I was like, there is a large chunk of America that could not pull themselves up the way 50 said that. I know for damn sure I could. Like that's just like,
so he probably had one of them little feet things that people do.
Yeah. He pulled himself up on a little pull-up bar, and then he slid his feet onto a pull-up bar. So he pretty much just hung on a pull-up bar and then just dropped himself like that.
Never mind the fact, like in the video, it's animated. He did that joint in real life, so it's got to be loads of blood rushing to the top of his brain while he's still.
That was most of the memes I see. There's people upside down, the spider in the shower.
Yeah, I see some dude was super big. He had the headband.
Bizarre from D12 when he did the My Big.
That's
video.
what that was.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I was just like, yeah. It's good to have fun with it, man. You know what I mean? We took over the NFL.
There was a second when Dr. Dre hopped on that piano and he started to play the Tupac, I Ain't Mad At You. I thought the hologram was going to come out. And I was like, this is the most bananas thing I ever seen in my life.
I thought M was going to come with some new bars over that track. And I was going to be like, oh my goodness.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Both.
What? Both. How is it both?
Both. A bad thing because of some things that are just untouchable. You know what I mean?
I don't think I Ain't Mad At You is one of them.
Okay, that's your thoughts.
Do you, of all the Tupac songs, you think like, if anybody's not to redo one, like I Ain't Mad At You is like the one?
It's one of them, yes. I would say there's one of, like there's some stuff that I just feel you should not mess with.
Do you have any off the top of your dome? Or am I doing too much asking you on the spot?
You're doing too much. You're doing too much. But I also feel like if M did do something, you'd be like, dang.
But I'm just saying,
that's
like
hard.
So like if we're staying on just that thing, like his biggest song is California Love.
Mm-hmm.
And like a bunch of people have redone California Love. Right. Nobody's ever said anything. Like my favorite Tupac songs, or my two favorites are Thug's Mansion and Dear Mama.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like
Dear Mama, Hail Mary.
But it's like, and people have done Hail Mary, and people have also done lost it. What's the first one that I said? Thug's Mansion. Like Nas did a Thug Mansion acoustic and stuff like that. And like all of them have been fire. And it's like I feel like Dear Mama is like the untouchable one, but I know somebody's done it somewhere and it just never blew up. Or it's on somebody's album. It's on like a Kodak album that I haven't listened to or something. And my dear mama cried.
Oh, stop it.
M did Lose Yourself. And then like so it started this conversation because like I said something and then like
you called it.
But I said something
play by play.
And someone much would call it.
Go ahead,
bro, like stomping all over my teeth, drinking your own urine. Didn't even get me a water bottle to start either. Yeah, you tripping. But so like Lose Yourself comes on, and like they were just like like everybody. I felt like everybody kind of did like a and I was like, Lose Yourself is probably one of like the 10 greatest hip hop songs like of all time. Like like it was definitely. It got super played out, and I think that's what the problem of it is.
People watch the movie 30 times.
Yeah, but I was like, the song itself was enormous like when it came out.
Mhm.
And then like we started talking about like, you know, just like greatest hip hop songs of all time. I was like, Eminem's probably got 2 of them because I was like that and Stan. Like Stan is one of the most unique songs of all time. And I was like, if you can't write the hip hop history books or do a hip hop Hall of Fame without putting those 2 songs in there.
Right.
Because it's like, you know, Eminem kind of like embodied the whole battle rap culture in Lose Yourself. But
I'm with it.
That's what I'm saying. It was like it started a little debate, and I was like, all these people that are up here, and I was like, Dr. Dre probably is the only person that has a song that might be ranked higher than one of Eminem's songs like all time, and it's probably nothing but a G thing.
Ooh.
That's what I mean. It's like, and they didn't do nothing.
Did you see the controversy around Snoop being there?
Controversy?
Yeah.
First of all, my man threw up the C's,
and he
crip walked, and he blew a blunt like right before the performance. Like that's the greatest like
all the stuff that they asked him not to do, and he did it anyway.
And that's why Snoop Dogg.
That's some NWA type stuff right there.
Said, yeah, got you.
Right.
He's like,
he's like, bro, I am 60 out here with long dreads, and like, what are you gonna do? Tell me I can't come back? I'm already here, and I got the check already. I'm not trying to hear nothing.
There's, you know that they don't get paid for Super Bowl halftime performances. Like it's all like you get paid off. Of, like
then you're definitely not gonna tell me what I'm not gonna do. What? Like
I think it was like a year or two or a couple years ago. I was like, man, I wonder how much they paid to get Beyonce to come do this. And then like someone said it was like they don't get paid for this. And then like I wound up watching this thing is like you get invited to the halftime show and it's like everything that comes from that is like how you get paid. So like when Bruno
exposure and all that.
Yeah,
but
so
I'm
like
already famous.
But it's like, so Bruno Mars, right? When he did it like that one year,
makes sense.
Like his concert tickets, like I remember like that year, I was like, oh snap, Bruno's like on tour. Like I want to go see him. His tickets were like $1.60, like in the nosebleeds.
But that means nothing for Snoop and Beyonce. Like they are already like.
But you know what it does do, like nowadays, is like now everybody's going back and listening to Doggy Style. Now everybody's going back and listening to the stuff. So like the streaming numbers are jumping back up.
Okay.
That year that Katy Perry did it and Missy Elliott came out with her, like Missy Elliott's numbers skyrocketed because like everybody was like, oh, I love Missy. Like, oh, actually put on some Missy. And then like their streaming numbers just go up. Like that's just what happens.
Hey, that man Snoop didn't care.
And I was like, I thought all it did was make it better. Like I was like, all that authenticity. I was like, yes, like, yes. I was like, I came here to see Snoop Dogg.
You got 400 brothers and khakis crip walking in front of Snoop, and you worried about what this man is doing on top of this multi-unit house apartment set. Like, just cut it out.
Snoop Dogg is California.
It's just all about. It's just all about control, wanting to be in control of something. Like you, like it's. All right, we'll move on.
But you dropped the bar in there.
Huh?
You dropped the bar in there. It's all about control.
Subtle. All right.
Music make you lose control. Nah, shit.
Let's rock. Let's rock. Insomnia hour time.
Wake me up inside. Wake me up inside. Save me from the inside. Where's my ad-libs, bro?
I didn't back you up. I wanted to see what you
can't wake up. Save me. I was waiting for that, bro. Like,
I wanted to see your reaction.
Big tripping. My mouth is dry as hell with no water. It's like that. And that's how you doing me? That's how we doing out here? So first on the docket.
So the debut of Bel-Air was this weekend.
Well, it was directly after the Super Bowl. Peacock was trying to get everybody on there like, yo, Bel-Air is starting.
Word. And I'm about to cancel my subscription as soon as Bel-Air is over.
Peacock is free though.
It's not. They charged me $5 to watch the rest of the episodes.
Yeah, so the first episode, Peacock is been free.
Yeah, I'm about to get rid of that joint. I'm telling you, but so they're doing the bundle system.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's going to continue like that for the rest of the season, but they put out the first 3 episodes.
Oh, okay, so gotcha. I thought you meant that like you needed to sign up for some crazy bundle.
Oh no. So they put out the first 3 episodes of the TV show, and I'm gonna be honest, I was a little skeptical, but. I blew through all 3 episodes. I was like, man, I should go to bed. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and watch this last episode.
I've heard good things, and it's like obviously you were one of the first people to watch it, and you were like, "Yo, you were like, I'm already on episode 3."
Yeah,
and I was like, "Bro, like it's only been 20 minutes. Like, how are you already on episode 3?" Like, type of deal. And then I've seen some clips, but I've been trying not to watch it because I don't want any spoiler stuff in it. But I was like, But I was like, I know a lot of people were, scared of change because it was like, the serious nature of it. Right. And it sounds to me like it's a welcome change.
Yeah, I like it. I do have some reservations.
Still.
Yes.
Okay.
That I hope that they fix before the end of the season, and if not, it would be very disappointing.
Is it with the plot or with the specific character?
Both.
Man, everything is both of you. Why can't it always be one of you?
I'm gonna tell you both.
Go ahead.
All right. So I feel like they're trying to force feed a lot of iconic moments from the TV show into the drama. So like they're doing little subtle stuff, spoiler alert, not real super spoil, but like we know like Will debuted a lot of J's on the original Fresh Prince show.
All right.
So like he's wearing the J's in the new show, but it's the actual Fresh Prince 5s that just came out.
Is he also still rocking the different colleges on his chest? Like Martin was bigger for that, but like Will used to do that as well.
He did the iconic turn the jacket inside out thing. He did the look at this guy. Look at this guy. Shout out to the young man. Shout out to the young man bringing us some water. So did you hear him complaining or something?
No, Mom sent me.
There you go. She must have heard him complaining. Appreciate you.
I know them boys.
He said he heard you dying down here. Shout out to the young boy. You brought us some water.
Appreciate you, young Trelly.
But and it's like they make sure to like do like little bars from like the song, but they say it like
well, this is a story all about how.
Right. Exactly. But
it's crazy, like, man. My laptop flipped turned upside down. Like,
right. You know, and it's like little subtle nuances, and I get it, but I feel like they're trying to put I don't want to say like trying to put too much of all of Fresh Prince into this one season. It just makes me concerned of what continued seasons will look like if you run out of nuances and ammunition like that.
I mean, Cobra Kai kind of had the same problem like at first, right? And then they just kind of figured it out. Because it's like they're trying to do something new, but then I think give you the fan service.
So I think what's different with Cobra Kai is every season they were giving you something new, like older characters being introduced into the show every season. Imagine if they threw all those characters in the first season. You'd be like, that.
But they don't know if they're getting a second season. They got to do everything that they can at first.
No,
like what's calling
they'll definitely get a second season. The joint is fire.
But Cobra Kai was a YouTube show at first, right. So like they didn't think that they were getting anything.
Right.
And then it was
like Will Smith is producing 2 shows right now.
You're right about that. But you said a character thing as well was bothering you, or a specific character?
Yeah. So there's not enough Ashley Banks.
I mean, that you can say the same thing about the show in general.
I guess, but I feel like there was more Ashley than what they're presenting right now. I almost feel like I don't like. If she died on the show, we wouldn't really miss her. Like, because I'm not saying that that's gonna happen to Ashley Banks, but it's just like.
But in the original show, there's probably like a grand total of like 4 episodes that really have Ashley in them. Like, you know what I mean? It's like the boyfriend, the singing career. Then it's like the one where she tries to sneak out, or she's sneaking out, or like she's or having sex.
But the way they have it framed, it seems like none of that would happen for Ashley. Like, it's just she really seems like an absent character.
Okay,
you know what I mean, Jeffrey is like not a butler. He's more of like a house manager. He's not from Britain. He's from Jamaica. And like him and Phil's relationship are more like homies that are cool rather than like an hired servant that becomes part of the family. Mm-hmm. I guess it's almost like if. Like what their relationship would be like after Jeffrey retired, but still hung around the family or something like that.
All right. Well, yeah, they have to kind of turn some of that stuff on their head, though, right?
Of course. Yeah.
I don't think that would work.
Right.
If you kept trying to do it, it's like, oh, we just got Butler now.
I don't know if I said this or not, but like nobody in the show is like a dingbat. Like they're not ditzy like Hillary or Jazz. Yeah. Like they're all real people who have real insight, which I think is very respectable. I don't really have a problem with that. But last and definitely not least, they're playing the homie Carlton, man.
You don't like Carlton?
I don't like
and he's Carlton. A big part of it, of the original too.
Carlton. Like I don't like a lot of what Will was because of the back and forth with Carlton. And it's like they're almost turning him into like a super villain or something like that. Like a nemesis or something like that, bro. And it's just like
in the beginning though, they were very adversarial. Like they didn't get to be cool, cool until like
crazy though, bro.
Like they're like beefing.
When you watch it, when you watch it, you're gonna be like, hey, they had to go this far with it.
Okay.
And it's just like I'm hoping, like, it's only the first 3 episodes, you know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure there's going to be some opportunity to dial back. I'm just wondering how they come back from this.
Have they done, and this is very important to me, is there any sort of callback to Tom Jones in any way, shape, or form?
Heck no.
No? Like, I thought, like, maybe in his headphones, like, it's not unusual to be loved by anyone.
Spoiler alert. First episode, they was listening to some rap music with his homies.
Carlton is?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
But all his homies is white kids from the school.
I mean,
They was not listening to Tom Jones. They was listening to...
We all know that guy, though. We all know that guy.
Yes. So, I don't know. I mean, like I said, there's opportunity for a lot of nuances. We'll see what happens.
But you're in.
I'm in.
Okay.
I'm in.
Do you know when the episodes drop? Is it every Sunday?
I'm assuming so, because that's when the first bundle came out. So we'll see what happens. I hope it's not a thing where it's like, we'll see you in a month.
Oh my God.
Because I would be like, you may not. You may not. You may see me next year when all the episodes are all out. So yeah, they got to figure that out. So we'll find out this weekend.
Okay. All right. It's on my docket. And it's moving closer on my docket because I'm starting to fly through some of these shows. I did finish Ozark.
Hey, here we go. Just to let you know, I'm going to ruin this for you. But remember when I hit you up and I was like, yo, the show started with one of your favorite songs. And he was like,
yeah.
He was like, even though what we do is wrong. Which I
heard he's in the show.
He definitely is in the show. It's a real quick few seconds. But I was like, look at Freeway, grab your beer, get up out of there.
But like, this is why I love my peoples.
Yeah.
Because you called me up just to tell me that. Numerous people called me to tell me that, like, yo, just watched the first episode. Guess what song he's listening to? I was like, I already know. They were like, yo, he's in the show. And I was like, I know. I'm going to watch it. But I'm glad that you know that I know, like, when What We Do Is Wrong comes on, like, that's when, like, the hunger inside my belly comes up. Like, you know what I'm saying? I gotta sell crack to feed my son. And if I gotta split your melon so that way he can eat a meal, I'll do that. Like, when that song is on, like, that's how I feel.
The fingers is getting so close again. But no, I thought it was pretty dope for several different reasons, because I like when people are paying homage and making sure that they're being authentic.
It's Philly.
Exactly.
I thought that they were gonna go the complete. Like, I'm glad they went old school Philly, like, you know, Beans, Freeway, stuff like that. Because like the easy one is Meek Mill. It's like that because there's some Meekish type stuff in there. Meekish.
Yeah, you know, it's like, so like they're singing Dreams and Nightmare in the locker room after a basketball game.
Of course they are.
And then like when they cut to the scene and they're walking down the street, what do you see down the street?
More people on bikes.
There you go. I mean, this is a Philly swag. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I respect it, man. You know, like if you wouldn't do that stuff, it'd be like, all right, how are you properly representing it? You know what I mean? So I'm with it.
If Beanie Siegel shows up, will you shed a tear?
He's in it.
Beanie Siegel's in there too?
No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, yo. I feel it in the air.
But yeah, he was there. He was the mailman.
Oh no, not the mailman. But I did finish Ozark Part 1. And now that I've finished all these shows in a row, I am still so pissed that you made me watch Your Honor before I watched all these shows. Like, I literally...
Can I defend myself?
Literally, after I finished Ozark, I was like, I can't believe Raisinet made me wait to watch this show.
I'll tell you why.
Tell me why.
Because if I didn't, you never would have got to it.
It would have been on the docket, though.
You wouldn't have got to it, bro. I know you wouldn't have got to it. I know you wouldn't have got to it.
I'm watching Reacher, aren't I?
You wouldn't have got to it. I'm telling you, you wouldn't have got to it. Especially if you got through these shows and then you started Reacher.
I'm starting to feel like I didn't need to get to it. That's what I'm starting to
Yo, come on. It wasn't like, come on, man.
Like,
come on, man.
After watching that, then watching Mayor of Kingstown, and then watching Ozark pissed me off because I was like, both of these shows is what I really wanted to get to.
The show was good, but it ain't got no seasoning. That's what.
Yeah, there's a lot of me doing this. I was like, all right, can we get to the next scene in this show?
You ain't like the fake what's his name? Joaquin Phoenix.
Well, Joaquin Phoenix, I know what you're talking about, but like, who's the fake Joaquin Phoenix?
The dad. the gangster dad.
Oh, gotcha. I was like, Bryan Cranston? I was like, what are you talking about?
I don't even know that other dude, but I thought that he was.
I actually like him. Like, I was like, he was actually pretty intimidating.
Yeah, I know. I just thought from when I first saw him, I was just like, he looks familiar. I was like, is that Phoenix? But I was just like, nah, it's not him.
Oh, you tripping. Yeah, you really got to start learning people's faces, bro. Like, no, that's crazy.
I mean, the face is good. When I put a name to it, that's when I fail.
But I really did enjoy this Ozark season.
Hey.
I don't want to get super spoilery with it because there is a part.
The son is a jerk.
That
brother's a straight sucker, man.
He's definitely a sucker.
All right, man.
But it's at the same time, he makes sense to me. I'm like, I can see how you got here.
Yeah, of
Like
course.
it's almost like the daughter's like 2 down all of a sudden.
Listen,
I'm like,
the
why are you
kids
so
can
down?
never make any bad decisions that you couldn't just directly correlate with the life that they're living.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, when it gets real, don't turn into a sucker.
But like, first of all, I think TV shows in general just have a hard time writing teenagers because it's like we always like that's always like
Ashley
the
Banks.
easiest character to hate on TV shows is the teenagers because like
Hawkeye.
because writers make them like irrational because like I think that's how adults view kids is like you're stupid, you're dumb, and you're irrational. So like that's how they write them, and it's like they have
attacking the millennials.
But like, you know what I'm saying? Like I think I'm attacking the writers on them more than anything because it's like.
No, I'm saying the writers are attacking them. It's almost like we don't want none of your mumble rap.
But it's like they make them just do dumb things, and it's like I guess like you have to do that to move stuff forward. But then it's like, especially teenage girls, like they have a hard time writing teenage girls because they always come off like bratty or snotty, or unappreciated. That's what it really is. Kids come off super unappreciative in TV shows. Yeah, but it's like they were pretty well written in that show for the most part. It's like they all have distinct personalities. They have smart thoughts. They have things that they're strong at, things that they're weak at. But it's like they usually just like whoever the teenage kid is, they just continuously do dumb stuff in shows. It's like they're gonna do drugs. They're gonna sleep with the bad person. They're gonna steal. They're gonna do all this. It's like because that's what kids do.
Shameless.
Yes, pretty much. But like I actually like Charlotte this season, even though like I was like, man, they really let her like she's holding it down. Like what I don't know how she got here from where she used to be
to the soil. I mean, but like she's definitely because she was whack at one point.
But that's what I'm saying.
Like a sucker. So maybe this is just a phase for the brother, and he'll finally come around.
Well, they were just like, we're tired of people hating his daughter, so like we got to make her cool, and then make the son whack so people will forget that they hate the daughter. I think that's what happened. It's just like how they write like wives in TV shows. Like remember Breaking Bad, like Skylar? Like you know what I'm saying? Like see, or what's her name from Walking Dead? Lori? Like everybody hates like they make the wife annoying. Like and every time that they write stuff.
Sheesh.
But like yo, the mom in this shit, Ozark, like I don't know how to describe her. Like she's like Busta Rhymes on the track. Like, she be sounding off like like crazy.
Yeah, she's
attention, please.
Yeah, listen, she comes out of nowhere with it because it's like almost like she snaps and goes crazy, but she's still at the same even kill of when she wasn't wilding out, and it's just like, yeah, that's.
If there was one thing that like I felt like I was having PTSD / like things, whatever, she was like Jonah, and I was just like, oh, that tone. Yeah. I was like, oh, like Jonah.
Everything she does to approach the sun, I'm like, yo, this chick is.
She was coming hot every time, bro. Like ODB, like I was like,
you talk about reactive decision making. She was like, thought in my head, bang, pull the trigger.
But then, like at the same time, Marty's just like,
yeah. He's like trying to tell her, trying to collectively tell her, like,
you know, bud,
you're wilding right now.
Yeah, so we're this is what we're doing now. He's talking to our children.
Yeah. Marty he's playing it the smart way, but he also is lightweight enabling too.
I'm like, I was like, you know, like the show seems like it's so far apart from what it used to be. I was like, has Marty always been like this? Like, I was like, because I feel like now, like they make him like he has like no emotion and no reactions. It's like he's just so just. And I was just like, I feel like he wasn't always like that.
Last season, cleaning brains out of him and his wife's head. I don't know what you want. I don't know what you want to impress him at this point, man.
Impress him?
Right. It's like, look, bro, if it's not brains getting shot on my face, I don't know what you want me to react to right now.
I really, really like the actor who plays Navarro, the Omar. The drug kingpin, bro, like the one that they're trying to protect.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I was like,
yeah, my bad. Yeah.
I don't know where you stared off to.
Hefe.
Is that what you call him?
He's a boss.
Oh,
he's the boss.
He ain't my boss. I was gonna say that brother's Omar Navarro. Your mama named you Omar Navarro. You Omar Navarro. I ain't called you nothing else with that.
But yeah, no, I do like his part. I like the nephew as well.
Javi.
Yeah, I like the nephew as well. So I think he did well with the casting, and I'm super excited for part 2.
You know who is the wackiest people at the show? Is the U.S. government, bro. The U.S. government, the FBI does not look good in this show. I'm like, man, y'all are making my people look crazy.
It's easy. Your people is the feds?
No, my people are the Latinos of the show.
You. Okay.
Man, I was like, they was treating my people's crazy on there. Granted, these are a lot of murderers, drug dealers, and stuff like that we're talking about, but they don't kill children. Make sure to say that.
But morals.
But it was just like,
old school Scarface morals.
But I just like there's like a scene where Omar has where he's just like, they try to put it out there like we're liars and like we're all this stuff, but it's like all they do is lie all day long and renege on deals and stuff like that. And it's like they're the ones that come over here and like bomb our children, stuff like that. Like we don't do that.
Thanks.
And it's like
Mm-hmm.
the cartel.
I had a situation with a referee just the other day, but I'm gonna save that for the Raisin Nugget.
Is that a Raisin Nugget or is that home cooking?
Nah, it's a Raisin Nugget. No home cooking today.
All
right. But yes.
I see you got Snowpiercer on.
I have Snowpiercer on here with 4 episodes in and
it's back already?
Yeah, 4 episodes.
They drop it in the chunk?
No. Weekly basis. Weekly basis.
That's rough.
Yeah, so I waited for a little bit for a few episodes to build up.
Is it on Hulu?
I don't know. I'm watching it on the app. But it's on Hulu and I think it's on HBO Max as well.
Okay.
But they getting right to it, man. They are getting right to it. I thought it was gonna be like some subtle build up and like working on some of the information they got from the last episode and building up to the action. Nah, they getting right to it. And I am so happy because if not, I think they might have lost me. I'm not even gonna lie.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Because
was the last season not that good?
No, the last season was good. I feel like if you're at this point, I hate when shows try to keep you hanging on the cliff to build up to something to match this. No, just continue from here and stay with the rocking. Yeah. And they have definitely stayed with the rocking, and I'm with it.
Okay,
I'm with it. I'm like, yes, Snowpiercer, keep going.
Yo, real quick, I know we already passed the Ozark thing.
Mm-hmm.
How many times an episode, when the next episode starts, and they drop the Ozark thing and they put the 4 little pictures in.
You try to figure out what in the episode it is.
But like every time the next episode starts and I see them, I'm like, shit, I didn't pay attention to that. Because you do, like, as soon as you see them, you be like, oh, that's a snake, that's a tree.
Right.
I'm going to keep an eye out for them. I never remember. And then like the next episode starts, I'm like, shit, I forgot again.
Listen, I remember the first time I realized that was stuff in the show. And I was like, oh, I'm paying attention. And now every time I look at it, I'm like, where's it at? And I'm just like, I missed it off.
It's gone.
Next episode. I'm not going back to it. Yeah, so.
But is that all you had on Snowpiercer?
Yeah, I mean.
Is it outstanding or is it just like it's a good show for right now?
It's a good show for right now.
Okay.
It has outstanding moments, but I'm a fan of the lead actor.
He's a guy from Hamilton, right?
Yep, he's a guy from Hamilton.
He's the black guy from Hamilton.
He's the black guy from Hamilton. And like I said, he also had the movie Blind Spotting that I really enjoyed. And I'm like I said, I want to see his career excel. Like, not that it's not already, but like if he wasn't on the show, I might not be watching it.
Okay.
Yeah, the guy who plays his adversary in the show does well too. I don't know his name. But
do I need to add it to my docket or is it something like I can get to it when I get to it?
You can get to it when you get to it.
All right, cool. That's all I really need to know.
All right. Up next, we have a mini-series, 4 episodes.
Yeah.
It's directed by
W.H. Kamel.
There you go. And it's called We Need to Talk About Cosby. And it is a tough watch.
Rough.
It's rough. And it's like
I haven't started it yet. And like
I feel uncomfortable watching it. Like it literally starts off with the question, like, because it's like they're interviewing several different people from several different aspects. They all have different feelings about Bill. I'm calling him by his first name like we homies.
William.
Right. They all have different feelings about his career, who he was and who he becomes. But the first question he asked everyone that he's interviewing is, who is Bill Cosby now? And as soon as see what you just did? That's literally what 80% of the people did. One person was like, ooh, another person was like, dag. It's like Jamel Hill is on there. And she's like, ooh, that's where we start in. And there was another dude that was kind of like, yeah, like he is, but he is. And it's like, how do I say what I really feel without offending anyone, but still being honest?
Man, these people offend everybody.
Listen, I don't even know how I would answer the question, man. It was just like,
how far are you into it? The documentary?
I only watched the first episode, which is basically like a lot of like they're actually paying a lot of homage to Bill, like as far as like him being like one of the first Black comedians to be like in rotation on comedy.
He's the first
show. Right. And it was like at the time he was the first, and then Dick Gregory came along, but he was doing like a lot of openly talking about racism. And like Bill Cosby was more of like the safer play for white people. At one point, they were calling him like raceless. But then, like, once he got a TV show, he wasn't doing like the step it, fetch it, and all that extra like blackface type stuff.
It's the opposite.
He was
a
on
lawyer and a
the,
doctor.
right. He had a TV show. No, before the Cosby Show, he had a TV show called I Spy.
Okay.
Where he was.
Wow, that sounds super familiar.
Yeah, he was like literally playing. So there was a white guy who was like a pro golfer, and Bill Cosby was his caddy, but they were both undercover spies. But like Bill Cosby in the show speaks like 4 or 5 different languages. He knows kung fu. He's a master of weapons. He comes with all the intellectual things. And like at one point, and I won't ruin the whole episode, but like he was just like, he was advocating for black people to get out on the screen. And he was like, to the point to where he was like, hey, I don't want a white guy in blackface doing my stunts. I would like for a black guy to be doing my stunts. And it was just like they didn't use this as an opportunity to just bash Bill. And I'm like, and I didn't think that was what it was going to be. But like that first episode is really basically just backtracking where he's come from to where he's getting. So I'm assuming like that round 3, because it's only 4 episodes, that round 3 and 4 is where it's going to get.
So there's only 4 though, right?
It's only 4.
It's a miniseries?
Yes, I'm assuming it's a miniseries. I don't know if they're going to add more episodes, but I know on the app that I'm watching it on, there's already 4 episodes there.
All right.
And I watched the first one.
Right. I know we have another show to talk about or another movie to talk about. But like my question to you is, bro, when are you going to start watching Euphoria? Because it's only getting better week after week after week after week.
So I was going to let you know, we got vacation coming next week. I plan on starting it.
Because like you were talking about the Bill Cosby thing, and like there's a gem that Zendaya drops like in one episode, because like I told you, like she plays an addict and stuff like that. So like one of these last couple episodes, I'm not trying to get spoilery or anything like that, is like they really, really go into like, and it's like this is probably like they're gonna submit this episode for like her Emmy nomination or something. Like she goes in on like what it's like to be an addict. And then like they take all your drugs away, and then it's like the withdrawal and like all that type of stuff. And it's like she's having like this inner monologue type thing, and she's just like
Zendaya, is she in her 20s yet? Or
she's like 20, 24, 26, something like that. But she says something in a lot, and like one of the most hurtful things, or one of the worst things that we do as people, is we sum up people. We sum up individuals into one incident or one thing that they've done in their life, and we do it every single day. And it was just like, because there's another character on the show who's a drug addict, and he's been a lot of things, but one of the things that he did while he was an addict is he hit his wife. So like when whenever they want to talk down to him or talk trash to him, they'd be like, well, you're just a wife beater anyways. And it's like to sum up someone's life into one ugly moment that they've done is just crazy. And it's like, I feel like that's kind of like what happens with the Bill Cosby thing. Like, I know it's a bigger scale and it's a lot more stuff in there, but it's like, it's just kind of crazy, like how people, like how quickly like that happens. Like I remember with the Kobe stuff, and it was like, anytime you say Kobe's name, they're like, oh, he's a rapist. And it's like, wow, that's how quickly like people will sum you up and they'll use that thing on you. And it's like, we all make mistakes. And it's like, not trying to say that Bill Cosby, like we all make mistakes type of deal, but I'm just saying it's crazy that like, because like the quote was right. It's like, we do it every single day. Like,
Wow.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, like, yo, season 2 is like, when I tell you, like, they're in their bag for the season 2, like, I get so excited.
How many episodes a season?
10 episodes each season.
How long?
This is the 2nd season, and there's 7
How long
episodes. They're hour episodes.
Okay.
So I mean, if you banged out Reacher, like you would definitely bang out this. And I think that like once you get into it, like you're gonna start like moving.
Yeah. All right. So the last one I have on Insomnia TV, and it debuts tonight. I'm thinking about watching it tonight right after we pod, and that's the.
You still got energy to watch more shows?
You see what happens. We'll see what happens. I'm a night owl, man. Good mood. All right.
I know I'll shed a tear if I watch it, like, so I can't be watching it at night because it'll keep me up.
Oh, I got you. So Kanye's I don't know if it's a
Genius.
documentary or a movie or
It's like a
it's a
docu-series.
docu-series,
Yeah.
and it's called Genius. Again, it's spelled GEEN-YUHS, Genius. I'm hoping somewhere in there he explains why he spelled it like that, but
He just does
Kanye,
it because it's like that's my autistic brain at work, and it's like, all right, bro, like whatever, like we know what you want.
he was like, oh, it's because the new Yeezy jeans that's coming out, and they're gonna be, I don't know. I do want to see it.
100%, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, definitely. It's just I just want to I'm interested about the transformation from young Kanye to now Kanye, because I know all that has to, because I know there's like some old footage of him coming up and stuff like that, and to be able to see like how he came up and how he came along, even though we know the story, but like to have that live footage, like it's kind of like when you watch a movie that's based off a true story, like you enjoy the movie, but it's super enjoyable to see like the real video
Like at the end.
of the kids,
Wow, it looks just like
the characters, and
"'Cause
it's
I'm
like
hopeful. Yes, I am hopeful for today. This is music and music. Let it
Raisin
take
got into the
you
college that he wanted to go
where
into, and he got a D1 scholarship. But yeah, so I'm definitely excited for it. Like I said, man, I think Ye's turning a new leaf, man. He's addressing a lot of things that he hasn't been addressing, man. Let's see what happens with this Netflix stuff, man.
I the big clip that's
You heard what
going-
happened in the finale, right? It's like already out
What finale?
of his show.
No.
They jump Pete Davidson. No, I'm just kidding.
The thing is, like the whole time I was like, what whack joke is he gonna throw in on this? Because like I know it's not true. And it's like I hate how much that you enjoyed it. But one of the big clips that have been going out from it that I saw, and like immediately I was like, I gotta stop watching clips from the show because I'm gonna wind up watching the whole thing, is him shopping around All Falls Down. And it's like, like he's playing it for the people, and he's like telling you, whoa, whoa, and they're just like, I don't see it.
Right.
And like everybody, and it's just like, wow, they're treating this like this amazing song like it's some mid. And it's like,
I haven't seen that one. The one I seen was, I think he's in the studio with his homies, and the dude's like, how you gonna call yourself a genius? He was like, what's wrong with me calling myself a genius? Like, and I'm pretty sure he's put this in another song before. It's like, I could call myself a digger. I could call myself a gangster. I could call myself all this other stuff. Why people get upset when I call myself a genius? And dude's like, you can't call yourself a genius. And then Kanye looks at the camera. I'm like, did you just have an Eddie Murphy moment like in your docuseries that's happening then, but it's out now? It's just like I respect it, man. He's got a bar in the Fabio Ford song where he was just like, you say something people don't like and they instantly start calling you crazy. They did the same thing to Mike. Like whenever you up above some,
that's not why they call Mike crazy.
No, this is like,
that's what I'm saying.
As soon as you do something outside of what
the norm is,
quote unquote, the norm, then they want to tag you as unstable or mental health or crazy or several other things. Has he said some crazy stuff? Of course.
He's done crazy stuff.
Yes.
Like
who
he's
hasn't though?
I mean, I haven't done nothing as crazy as Kanye though, but like, but it's like
you get a Kanye bill,
but it's like
Kanye check.
But what I'm saying is like I get I feel like his reasons change for why he does outlandish stuff though. So like, you know what I mean? Like, so like the first outlandish thing we've ever seen Kanye do was the George Bush doesn't care about black people. And it was like, you said that because like, one, you meant it. And two, it was like, you were speaking up for the voiceless. And it's like, he did that like a couple times. And then like, then he started just using it to just say wild stuff. Like, you ain't got the answers, Sway. Like, how come you ain't got the answers?
He was right though.
So, I mean, Sway had some answers for him, but he just kept yelling over him. So it's like, he was like, I'm trying to give you the answer. He just kept yelling. He's like, nope. How you gonna tell me? I did 3 beats a day for 4 summers. It's like, all right, bro. Like, yeah. But
hashtag Sway. You can come on the show too. We'll be a guest.
I'm trying to be on Sway show. I'll do a 5 Fingers of Death freestyle.
We could just do 2 shows. Oh, I would kill it on Sway.
You would not. You would not.
Yeah, you're such a hater. I can't act. I can't kill it on Sway. All right,
drop a freestyle
Sway,
right now.
Sway, hit me up. No, I'm not doing it for you. I'm gonna do it for Sway. I'm all set.
What?
Your turn.
What? First of all, I freestyle all the time, so you already know how this joke goes.
On the popcorn pop because
No, because I had something to say about the genius thing.
Okay.
So like, it's just dope to me to finally put. So like when people tell stories, it's stories only enhance when you like get the full scope because like most people tell stories, they're lying. Like we know big cappers when they tell stories, and it's like the detail sounds about right, or we know bad storytellers too, where it's just like, oh my god, like this story's supposed to be a good story, and it's like because you can't tell it, like this turned into a trash story. And then we also know people who embellish stories and stuff like that. So like when you get the footage to back it up, like that's only more exciting to me. On Kanye's first album, College Dropout, his very last song is called Last Call. It's a 14-minute long song, and I listen to the entire thing every single time because I love how Kanye West tells the story of like how he became Kanye West. And it's like, you know, he talks about like how like him and his mom just packed up one day, like they move, and then like, you know, he gets put on, like he's putting on beats, and then like somebody's like, hey, you know that he can rap too, and then he's just like, and everybody's just kind of like, yeah, whatever, and they keep it moving. He's like, yo, I played the Jesus Walks, and they were just like, meh. So then it's like to see the footage of like all this stuff is happening, it's like, man, like Kanye might be crazy, but he ain't no liar. Right. You know what I mean? Right. And it's like I'm anxious to see like a lot of that stuff, and it's just like, you know, I can't remember her name, and it's like as much as I listen to this song, like you think I would remember her
Through
name.
the Wire, man.
What do you mean?
He was like him explaining like his life and how he ended up in the situation in the Through the Wire song.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Shout out to D-Ray. I love one of my favorite scenes in the video. And he's like, this man got in a car accident. Now he could spit. He was like, chop my arm off. I'm like, without an arm, I spit. Without an arm, I spit.
Well, you know that D-Ray is the one that does all those Bernie Mac impressions on all his album, right? The whoa, Kanye. Thank you first and foremost. Like, wake up, Mr. West. Like, that's D-Ray. That's yeah. Wake up, Mr. West. Wake up, Mr. West.
I did not know that. You learn something every day.
Yeah, there you go. Genius.
Oh my god.
It's like, yo,
on the popcorn poppy.
Don't stop, pop that. Did you forget that that's what it was? Or did you think it was going with the poppy song?
It tickles me every time. I just feel like Luke's about to come walking in like, hey man, you're not supposed to be singing that in here.
Because like, you know, the actual version of it is like,
yes.
Pop that, baby.
Yes, I feel like as soon as you see it, I just see Ice Cube getting punched in the back of the head and just standing over him like Miami style. Yo, but yeah, we digress. I'm sorry, my bad. Nah, so, first thing on the docket is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse.
Right. So, like, I feel like we got to also say that we did not see any movies so far yet.
I watched the 355. I did not. I didn't. You said, what'd you think? I would not.
I almost went to the theaters today, but I was like, I
see what?
There is something out. Something is coming out this weekend, at least.
No. You should.
Uncharted is out.
Oh, okay.
The Tom Holland one. Okay. So like that's what it was, and it was like. But then I found out it comes out tomorrow. But I almost went to the theaters anyways.
On a Thursday?
Yeah, all the movies drop like late on Thursday, and then they go into Friday.
Got you. Okay.
It's like 7 p.m. on Thursday.
Got you. Okay.
But during the Super Bowl, we got a couple of trailers. One of the trailers was the Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness trailer. So we finally got to get a look at it. I know you are not big on multiverse, time travel, like any of this type of stuff. Like, but when you saw this trailer,
I don't rock with Doctor Strange, bro.
Oh, you don't like Doctor Strange at all? I never heard this take.
Yes, it was on our first episode, but because our audio was so terrible, nobody caught the tape. Nobody caught the tape.
What's the problem with Doctor Strange?
It's just an extension of his white privilege, and it's very uncomfortable to watch.
Whoa! It's a take. I mean, go ahead, but go for it.
Yeah, I mean,
keep going with it. Elaborate.
Yeah, based on what I watched, and it seems like the multiverse that they're about to have is like the real version of the What If episodes.
Yeah, he's gonna make an appearance.
Exactly. And I feel like in the What If episode, he was literally altering time in people's lives and destroying realities that did not belong to him to meet his own selfish needs. And it was crazy. He did not care about the people he was damaging. He did not care. And I understand you can say that that's just human nature. I mean, I see select humans that would make different decisions, and I see select humans that would do that. And
that's because they're the best of us, though, right?
What?
I mean, that's because like the people that the people that choose to do the right thing when it's easier to do the thing that's more either seen as selfish or it's more prevalent to you, like those are the people who are like the best of us.
Right.
Because I would say like the large majority of us would do like what is for us, because like why do we care about everybody else?
Exactly. And I just like I feel like it was and you can say that like, hey, why are you saying that about Doctor Strange? Because a lot of people will do that. It's like a survival technique. But yeah, like he's abusing powers that he has an advantage over other people in order again to meet his own selfish needs. And I thought that was whack.
Is it selfish to want to bring someone back to life? Because like he's also wants that person to live again. It's kind of like the definition of being unselfish.
And like I said before, I just feel like you have to be mindful of all the things that could be damaged and the people that you could affect. Like I've lost homies, you know what I mean? And I would definitely wish that they were here with me right now. But like at what cost does that change a lot of the stuff that's already in place now?
I'm trying not to get too specific into the Doctor Strange thing, because obviously that's really
don't.
I
am going to watch it though, because it's super interesting. And the homie is back, who I definitely want to make sure to give him some shout outs. He got the long hair now. I was
going to say, who's the homie? I would love for you to tell me who the homie is.
The only black sorcerer in the Doctor
Who
Strange.
is he?
He was
What's
like,
his character's name?
It's February. You know you want to laugh at that. Yeah, buddy.
That was inappropriate.
Huh?
It was inappropriate.
It was not inappropriate. I'm going to shout out the homie, because if he wasn't in, I may not watch it.
Who is he? I'll give you $5 right now if you could tell me the name of that character.
He's homie from American Gangster.
What is his character's name in Doctor Strange?
You know I don't be knowing the
What's
names
his real
like
actor
that,
name?
man. Huh?
What's his real actor name?
What do you mean? Like his real life name?
Yeah.
You know I don't rock with names, bro. Why are you doing this?
But you're
to
just
me
like,
right
yo,
now?
that's big homie. I'm like, yo,
it is, man, because that man was just like, you know what's wrong with the world? Too many sorcerers. That man went to homie's garage and was like, back to your normal life. I was like, yo, this brother's tripping right now.
Yeah, he's big tripping.
But he was completely right about everything that he said.
Completely right? I think he was right about some things.
92%.
No, I think you're going way too high on that.
He said that the bald chick that needed to get a wig was wildin'.
The bald chick that needed to get a wig was wildin'.
Yes.
I really need you to help me out with that entire sentence.
The one who was like the
ancient one.
There you go.
Okay.
He said that she was wildin'.
How was she wildin'?
She was using dark sorcery and not being honest with all the other people that she was training.
Yeah.
He said that she was wildin' and abusing of power. I think we already talked about this. He was right about that. All right. Mm-hmm. He knew, as I said, that people are not using these powers for what they're supposed to be using for. They're using it for their own selfish intents. I.e. Doctor Strange.
So what my thing is like, what do you think that magic and stuff like that is supposed to be used for in general? Like if my man can't use it to walk again, like what are you supposed to be using magic for?
No, I was in disagreement with that because homie just wanted to walk. Homie just wanted to walk. I don't know why. Like of all the people, like you could have fought Strange right now. You ain't gonna take homie's legs away. That was
and it's wrong. Like all Doctor Strange.
And he was only doing it to work in his mechanic shop, bro. Like that. He was wrong for that one. He was wrong for that one.
And it's like what is Doctor Strange doing that's so wrong besides trying to stop these people that are using dark magic? Like dark magic is called dark magic for a reason.
No, that other Strange is.
Yes, but you're talking about the what if thing, and the what if thing is like completely different because he went about it in the most bananas way possible.
Right.
But it's just like a normal person just wouldn't do it that way.
We don't know. You don't know. Chris Angel isn't abusing his magic powers.
Yes, he is. He's forcing us to watch him stand in a bubble for 12 hours that nobody gives a shit about.
What about David Blaine? He just does a couple magic tricks, floats in the air for a little bit. Goes to a couple NBA games for free.
David Blaine loves to, and it's like not only just him, pranksters in general love to play on the aggression of Black people and the minorities in general. They're like, they're like, oh, let's do these tricks and stuff. And it's like, it's funny that we do these, but you know what's really funny? When we make Black people mad. And then then they want to hurt us, and then we'd be like, "Why are Black people so angry?" Like, brother, don't be touching stuff people and put stuff in their face. That's what they love to do is prey on that right there.
Hey, man.
They did that in the Jackass movie too, and it bothered me a little bit. I was like, I was like, they do certain stuff because they know like a black person be like, hell no, like don't bring that over here. And it's like, but they'll try to be mad OD and like try to touch them with like shit on their hands or something like that. And then they'll be like, yo, don't touch me. And then they'll be like, oh, what's the matter? It's just, it's not even real. It's like, yeah, bro, but even I don't know that.
Even my personal space, bro.
Yeah.
I don't even care.
Yeah.
I don't even care.
A lot of that. There's one of the dudes. Gotta be with it. There's a brother on there in the Jackass movie. Like he's a young black kid. He brings his dad on there. His dad is like a year or two out of prison. His name is Dark Shark and something like that. That's his name. That's his name. They call him. Yo, it was when I first heard it, I laughed. Dark Shark. And like they keep Dark Shark around in this movie for quite some time. And what do they do? What do they do to Dark Shark all the time? Anytime there's like a tarantula, a vulture, anytime there's like a wild, crazy animal, they'll try to like mess around and like pick it up and like throw it at Dark Shark just to see his reaction. And I'm like, why y'all keep doing that to this?
Stop saying this.
Sorry, I was trying not to get riled up in the theater. I was like, yo, why they keep messing with him and they think it's so funny?
Right.
I was like, y'all not throwing this on Steve-O, but I was like, y'all want to throw this on Dark Shark.
Right.
I knew it was gonna make you laugh. I feel like we didn't talk about this trailer like at all. But like, so like the most of the stuff about this trailer, obviously,
it does look interesting. It does look interesting.
I've done like a little bit of research on like a bunch of the stuff that's going on, and it's like,
and I know that it's all gonna lead into like the Spider-Man stuff and
everything matters. Right. Like this is gonna be like, all the stuff that's been happening.
Avengers back.
All the stuff that's been happening in Loki, all the stuff that's been happening in WandaVision, all that type of stuff. All that is gonna culminate.
I did see Wanda in it.
Oh yeah, she plays a big.
Do we get Avengers back?
What do you mean? They're building this young Avengers because America Chavez is definitely in there.
No, I mean like, do you think there'll be like some cameos of Iron Man or something?
So did you see one of the cameos that's already in it?
No.
You didn't hear him and everything? Like he spoke and everything?
Oh yeah, Blade.
No, Blade is not in it. Our boy Patrick Stewart as Charles Xavier is in it.
Oh no, I didn't catch that.
There's a point where he goes to this room. It's like a throne room, and there's like a couple seats in there. And like one of the guys speaks, and it's definitely Patrick Stewart. He goes, "Do you think we should let him in?" And like tell him to stuff like that. And I was like, like I immediately did that. So like I want to try to get in on this, but like I don't want to get too nerdy because it's gonna go all out.
Okay.
But in the comics, Marvel Universe, they have what's called the Illuminati, and it's like some of the most powerful people, mostly
one of those.
but like it's mostly the kings in there. So it's like Black Panther, Namor, Mr. Fantastic, Iron Man, Charles Xavier, Black Bolt. Like they all come together and they pretty much decide on certain things. Like one of the things that they decide on is that sending the Hulk to another planet is too dangerous. Okay. That's how we got Planet Hulk, because like they were deciding on that stuff without letting anybody know. Like Mr. Fantastic wasn't letting the Fantastic Four know. Iron Man wasn't letting the Avengers know. At one point in time, Captain America was a part of it, and Captain America was like not messing around with like a lot of the stuff that they were talking about, and like Doctor Strange literally erased him knowing that from his memory. Like, and they decided they were all literally standing there and was like, because Captain America was like, "Yo, people need to know about this," and they were just like, like when I tell you, that's exactly what they did. So
terrible.
I guess what they're saying is this throne room they think is going to be the MCU version of the Illuminati. So like people have gotten some of the screen grabs of it. One of the characters on there, you can't see his face, but he's sitting on a throne with a big panther on it, and he's got a big necklace going across his thing, and it's blue. So people are thinking this might be Killmonger, Black Panther from another. But you see this right now? Like, yeah.
It's gonna be Michael B though.
They're thinking it's gonna be Michael B. Jordan as his own Black Panther.
All right, look at this guy.
I can't wait.
You will now have your excitement stripped away.
Yeah, like I said, there's a lot that's gonna be coming for this. The trailer was hype. I'm hyped. They're bringing the zombies in from What If.
I did see a zombie a strange zombie.
And he had the 3 arms in there. Oh,
right.
I'm telling you, man, I'm in.
All this stuff that he created through his selfish intents. I'm sorry.
You solely base everything off this character based on his What If appearance and not every other thing that he's done in all of the movies. He literally saved Tony Stark, Like, you know, like
Tony Stark saved it. He just gave him a hint.
he literally told
He was
Thanos, he was like, I will give you this stone if you do not kill Tony Stark. And that's what happened. Because he went into the futures and he saw that there was only one possibility where they win. And he saved Tony Stark, which then saved literally everyone. The most selfless thing that he could have done. Let himself get dusted.
And you know who else got saved in that process?
Mm-hmm.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, because he's part of everyone. Like, because he saw all the future possibilities. Even if he did kill himself, it wasn't going to save anything.
He wasn't thinking about everybody.
All right.
All right. So our last one in Popcorn Papi is the trailer for Nope. And this is I always say Key and Peele, but
Jordan Peele.
Jordan Peele. He's at it again. He's at it again. I watched this trailer and I was super confused, but still super excited.
I was like, I can't wait to see whatever the hell this is.
Right. Keke Palmer's in it. I'm like, look at you back on the screen, girl. Just like, and it's like,
I love how like the Black community has like completely and just like we're just encompassing whatever Keke Palmer's doing, like we support.
Yes.
Like I love that.
Yes.
Like she's like one of those ones, like she has like a very high approval rate.
Yes. And that's like, I think my favorite part of the trailer is when she's like, nope, not today.
Whatever that is over there.
Nope.
All of a sudden somebody goes,
right. And the movie is called Nope. So it's just like, I kind of feel like there's a bunch of people like, nah, I'm all set.
Something is coming from the sky and it's making stuff happen.
It seems like some alien extraterrestrial takeover type stuff, and it looks pretty good. I'm definitely gonna go see it.
I was gonna say I have no idea what this movie is about. I will be there day one. I was gonna say I will.
Jordan Peele does a really good job with like really getting you on the edge of your seat, but not giving you too much, just enough to say, "Come out and hang out with me for a little bit." I mean, he did it with Get Out. He did it with Us. Even though Us was a little,
I think Us was good, but I think people wanted Us to be Get Out, and that's not what it was going to be.
Right. And then now Nope. I think Nope is going to be like a really strong bounce back. I think I'm excited for it.
We have to figure out what to call his movies because, like, I don't think that they're horror movies. I think they're more suspense or thrillers.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I think like he's figured out that thing of like whatever this thing that makes us like uncomfortable. Like he's figured out like that feeling, like, and he knows how to like extrapolate that from us. And it's like, and then he gives us like the deep stuff.
He's taking real Black people thoughts about situations,
like pain,
and how they will react in certain situations, and he's bringing a realistic view to it. That Get Out joint
that's the next level. I
literally have like some Caucasian friends was like, "Hey, this man messed it up for us for a good minute." So I don't know what to tell you, shorty.
You want to talk about like a movie that like you didn't have any idea like what you were watching, and then like as you were watching, like realizing like this is an incredible thing that I'm watching. Like that's how I felt watching Get Out the first time, and like that's kind of something I wanted to touch on real quick too. Is like I wanted to touch on it like a while ago, like when we were talking about like Spider-Man and like all this other stuff. Is like I am having trailer exhaustion, and is like what I mean by that is like,
do tell.
I get so like, and Spider-Man was probably the biggest culprit. Is like we saw 4 or 5 different trailers for the Spider-Man movie before it came out, and it's like now I go to see the movie and it's like I've seen all this stuff already,
right.
And it's like I don't, and it's like Marvel's probably like the worst one with it when it comes to just like they have not figured out how to like they know how to make the hype for the trailers, but they have not figured out like how do we give you the hype and this stuff without giving away all the details of like everything that's going to happen. Like think about in Spider-Man,
but it's easy. You literally could just show Spider-Man standing in the middle of New York and then zoom in on his face real quick and be like, new Spider-Man coming out. And everybody's gonna be hyped.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like that's all it takes. And it's like they give us so many trailers so far out too, where it's like, yeah, by the way, this movie's coming in 2 years from now. And it's like, why do I have to sit
24 summer?
That's what I'm saying. It's like I have to sit on this. Jordan Peele, on the other hand, gives us nothing in these trailers, and then we still go see them. And it's like he's really, really, really mastered that part of it, where it's just like, I don't know what this is. Looks intriguing. Can't wait till it comes out, and I'm gonna check it out. Like he's figured that out. But like even like this Doctor Strange stuff, like I know this movie comes out in June, I believe. And like right now we just got the first trailer, and I'm like, and like when I saw it, I was like, thank you for like really, really stretching this out, because like like if we would have got way too many Doctor Strange trailers, and I think the TV shows kind of help that, where it's just like, like these are to keep you interested in the meantime until we get to this stuff. And then everybody knew because of the Spider-Man movie and because of WandaVision that like whatever this was going to happen, Doctor Strange was going to be a part of this in some way, somehow.
I'm glad you had your moment.
Yeah, because like, like there was like perfect example, these Batman trailers. I've been trying to not watch any of these Batman trailers.
I've seen the whole movie already.
I'm so sick of watching these Batman already. Like I'm like, oh my god, why is there another trailer for this movie? Like the first one where and then it shows like the Penguin car crash and it's like upside down. Yes. And it's like Batman and fire. I was like, yes, there it is. I was like, that's all you needed.
That's all you needed.
And then it's like that we keep seeing like Catwoman doing stuff. Riddler's. I was like, no.
Do you think she's better than Halle Berry?
Yeah, that's not saying much at all. Brother, did you see Catwoman? That movie's awful.
No, I'm talking about when wasn't Halle Berry? Nope, I'm messing up.
Thinking of Anne Hathaway. In Dark Knight Rises, Anne Hathaway played Catwoman.
Yeah, but for some reason, I felt like Halle Berry was in a Batman movie without having her own Catwoman movie. She wasn't in one of the Batmans?
No.
All right. There you go.
Vivica Fox was.
Really?
She was a henchwoman for Arnold Schwarzenegger's Mr. Freeze.
Oh, yeah. God, chill out. I thought you were talking about, come on.
Like she actually did something?
We out of here. All right. You ready to transition? We good?
Yeah, we can cross on over.
All right. Talk for
Why'd you bop it like that?
I thought I might get an effect of like a...
You didn't see all this space? Oh my goodness.
Don't ruin my world, man. For me, it was satisfying, okay?
I'm glad it was.
All right, so first thing first, the CJ McCollum debut.
Yeah.
Was that tonight?
No, he's already played like 3 games.
How'd it go?
I mean, they've looked pretty solid. I think they lost.
Where is he at again?
Pelicans.
Pelicans, that's right. Yeah.
Zion is still not back. Apparently, he's going to need surgery on his foot again. And they think he might be out for the season.
He's not. He doesn't need surgery.
Yeah, but like...
They was like, we can't roll you out like this, bro. All the jerseys you have in the locker room don't fit, bro. This is a lot of fabric.
But like CJ looks pretty good so far. Like he's doing exactly what we thought. First of all, he's scoring the rock. What happened? Is it a Zion joke?
It's not a really funny meme. It's just like, everybody's talking about 50 and the way he was hanging at the show and him being big, like if he was hanging down, but he had Zion's face on his mouth. Man, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I won't say nothing. I'm on fire.
I don't even remember where I was at, bro. Like, I'm
sorry. I'll put myself on punishment. Go ahead. You got it.
But, you're about to spit out some water in a second or choke on it. But CJ made his debut and like he looks like he's fitting in like pretty seamlessly because it's like all the stuff that they're asking to do is all the stuff that's in a skill set where it's like, hey, like kind of facilitate this offense a little bit and then like shoot the rock.
And he's now the best player on the team.
Well, Brandon Ingram's still averaging more points and doing more stuff like
he is. You
really do not like Brandon Ingram. But it's like what the problem that they're having, and it's like a problem that I think everybody saw like once the trade was made is like now their backcourt is Devontae Graham and CJ McCollum, so like they are playing no defense and getting toasted like the whole time. So there's that, and then it's like there's no Zion or anybody down there. So like Valanciunas is just getting eyed all over the place. So like, I mean, they look better. So like we'll see what it looks like, but it's like we really just can't get a beat on it until Zion's back. But it's just like it's just poor Dame, just poor Dame. So it really comes down to.
Does he stay loyal to the soil?
I think he
does. Does he unfollow Portland? Because that's a new thing for these young boys.
I think he knows what's going on, and I think he's staying loyal to the soil. I don't think there's any way that they traded CJ without telling him beforehand.
We'll see.
Apparently, they've cleared up like $60 million in cap space for the summer.
Who wants to go to Portland though?
But even if they don't want to go to Portland, it's like now there's $60 million where if they want to trade for somebody who's pissed off in their next situation.
But don't they got that rule where like if you have all this cap space, you have to spend it?
You have to spend a chunk of it. There's like a percentage of it you have to spend. And it's like they'll spend it on some BS people like Miles Plumlee or something like that.
Everybody 1-year contract so they get it right back at the end of the year.
Like, yeah, Knicks plan. Right. Yeah, I remember when y'all did that summer. Don't forget about that. That's how you got Pumpkin.
And now we start.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm happy for CJ, man. It sucks that he's on the Pelicans, but hopefully it works out. Especially after Zion leaves and comes to the Knicks. We'll see what happens. Aside from that, Harden and Embiid are already at it. I don't know if you've seen the video.
I've seen some
The little
things.
practice video where, like, because Embiid's always cracked on James Harden and his little step back, calling it a travel.
Oh, he tried it in the game. Did you see that? And he got called to travel.
Who, Embiid?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. So, like, him and James Harden look like there's no volume to it, the practice.
Yeah, but you can see it.
But I can't tell if they're like joking or arguing about the steps. So James does it, then Embiid does it, and then it looked like James was like, "Nah, what you're doing is a travel," and Embiid's like, "No, what you're doing is a travel."
He's like, "I'm doing what you're doing," and he's like, "Nah, you're not doing what I'm doing. Like, do it like this."
Right.
And he's like, "I am doing that." He's like, "That's not what you're
And
doing."
then there's some random trainer there, and I don't know if he's agreeing with James or Embiid. I think it's good that they already building relationships, and like whether it's good or bad, I think it's gonna look dope. I don't know what the heck James Harden was doing with that jacket that he wore to the game.
They said he looked like he belonged with Emperor Palpatine in like the original Star Wars Senate. Like they photoshopped him on a million.
He looked like he stole a jacket from Jafar and just added mad different colors. I don't know what that brother was doing.
It looked crazy,
right?
But like, so you really haven't been paying much attention to it because like you're saying that like it's going pretty positive. Like there's been a lot of negative stuff coming out all of a sudden.
Oh no, I didn't hear any.
Like he's all like James Harden has already come out and said that like if he feels that the people that are on Philly aren't there to win, then why would he bother rushing back and stuff like that? He's been saying like a lot of that stuff because like right now he's still nursing a sore hamstring.
That brother is
That's what I'm saying. He's like, I'm seeing some stuff.
Made y'all gut the team. Listen, if James does that, man, I'm all set.
You can go to Portland.
I'm all set, man. What?
Go to Portland with Dave Dollar and James Harden.
Listen, man. All right, I'm all set. Are we done with this?
We're done with that part, but it's like I know I didn't write it in there, but this weekend is All-Star Weekend.
Is it already?
All-Star Weekend.
Sheesh.
Like I told you, All-Star Weekend's like my Super Bowl. So like
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Saturday, Sunday?
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
So like dunk contest, 3-point competition.
That's all Saturday.
Yep. And Friday's like skills competition, rookie game, all that stuff.
It's just rookie versus sophomore and the celebrity game on Friday.
Okay.
And then Saturday is everything. It's the skills challenge. 3-point shootout, slam dunk. All that stuff takes place on Saturday. Sunday's the All-Star game.
Got you.
So like, it's a little late now. And like, I don't have everybody at the top of my head, but I was going to see like, if you wanted to make some bets on like who's going to win each event. Stuff like that. Like I can make a document for it. And then like, we can make our picks on there.
Okay. I like it.
Because like there's 4 dunk contest people, so like obviously we pick 2 people.
Yep.
Stuff like that. Skills challenge, like we can pick who wins that. 3-point shootout, like I think there's 9 competitors. There's either 8 or 9, and then like we could just go back and forth, do like a little draft, see who wins that.
Okay.
Type of deal. Like whoever wins the most events, get a little something.
I'm with it. I gotta get back this roof, Chris.
That's not happening. This might be for McFlurry, bro. Relax, like a hanger one.
Yeah. You tripping.
But I'll make a Google Doc about it and like we'll go through it.
Okay.
Because like I said, I don't remember everybody off the top of my head, so like it'd be hard for us to just write it down. I don't want to kill any more time that we got going. But also because James Harden is hurt, they had named his replacement, and it's Jared Allen for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Big man, Afro.
No, I'm talking about.
You don't look excited. Nothing for you, Mr. Patty Mills. Are you really still standing by that Patty Mills thing?
Yes, I am.
Brother, why?
Because he's been balling.
Have you seen what Jared Allen's been doing? Jared Allen has been one of like the 6 best centers like in the league this year. Cleveland is here he goes. Now he's gonna Google Jared Allen. What were you watching? That was the Hub?
The Cosby joint.
Oh, okay. That just sounded crazy. He was like, what are you doing, step, bro? Like, look it up. And look at where the Cavs at. Number 4 in the East right now. He's the 2nd best player on the team.
4th place.
Yeah. And the All-Star game is in Cleveland. So it's like you got to get 2 guys from the the Cavaliers. He's putting up double. He's been super stellar for them. You're just gonna keep going, huh? I'm excited for the fact that that Jared Allen got in. I think it's well deserved. and Butchwell. I think it was pretty dope, like to have two people from the hometown team that deserve to be there. Because like I don't like when they do it when it's like someone who's playing like butt cheeks, but it's like he's usually supposed to be pretty good. He's like the second highest paid player, so they put him in there. But it's like, no, the team's good, and you're putting up the all-star numbers. Like, why not have two representatives?
Okay, I'm with it. I mean, he's already in there, so it don't matter. Right?
Why do you got tears in your eyes, huh?
No, I had a little yawny yawn.
Not a yawn. All right, well, we're gonna get ready to wrap this up because the Super Bowl is like the last thing that we need to talk about. So like, we're just gonna do our review from that. The Rams obviously took home the trophy with the 23-20 victory.
I was entertained.
Yeah, I was like, entertained. There was definitely.
I was concerned that it was like. I won't say I was concerned, but I was just, whenever the Super Bowl is like, please just let it be a good game. Like,
there was a point in the second quarter where it was rough, where I was like, oof, like then it was like after halftime, like great.
I dozed off. I won't lie to you. I dozed off. I woke up. And they were like, I don't know if Odell's coming back. I'm like, wait, what did I miss?
And that's a big piece because, like, I think for the first thing is most people were rooting for the Rams mostly because Odell, because the hood was rooting for Odell. And when that brother started crying, I was like, my heart melted. I was like, look at my guy. I was like, look at my butt. I was like, all them years that you suffered in Cleveland and with the Giants, and I was like, now look at you. And like, if he doesn't get injured, they probably win that game by like 14, 20 points.
Blowout.
And then it's because
he was in his bag.
Because the second that he got hurt, it was like their offense almost was like at a standstill. Yeah. Until Matt Stafford really like leaned over.
Who that Hoomer Dinker guy who they kept trying to get the ball to, like who kept dropping that joint.
It's like Slavic or
man. I was just like, Odell, you could limp on this field and still do better than this man.
They were like Matt Stafford really leaned over and was like, Cooper Kupp.
Right.
You gonna get this ball. Be ready for this ball, Monk. I don't care.
Right.
Like you getting this ball. Like Van Jefferson is not getting this rock. Right
Odell could have went out there and did walking routes and still did.
Well, I mean, TL played on a broken leg in the Super Bowl. I was like, you could have done that, and you probably still could have done something.
Facts.
But like, I'm just glad my boy got his ring. Aaron Donald with the whatchamacallit got his ring. Von Miller got another ring.
He was my pick for player of the game, but I know Cooper had the game-winning go ahead, and he had 2 touchdowns. But like, if it's not for Aaron Donald, they'd lose that game.
I mean, same can be said for like Cooper Kupp. Like, there's no Cooper Kupp, they don't win that game.
True.
But
I'm a defensive guy.
I mean, yeah, but like defense wasn't playing that well in the beginning. Like Joe Burrow also just didn't look very good because like they was on his back. I think they literally had the numbers up, and he literally had half of the amount of time in his pocket that Matt Stafford had.
Super Bowl is way different than a national championship.
It is. So like, let me do my Cooper Kupp thing first.
Okay.
A lot of people are saying, and I'm finding it hard to disagree with, did Cooper Kupp just complete the greatest season that we've seen from a wide receiver? I know that you're very against the one extra game thing, but it's like he had the triple crown. He led all receivers in receptions, touchdowns, and yards. He got Offensive Player of the Year. He won a Super Bowl ring.
That's the only reason I would say yes, because he actually finished it with a Super Bowl ring.
Right, because that's usually what they're missing.
Right.
But it's like I think there's only been like 3 other Triple Crown winning 3 Triple Crown wide receivers, but none of them have the Super Bowl to match that year.
Not even Jerry?
No. Like the year that he did it, they didn't win.
Got you.
So like that. But so like when at the end of the game, I was like, it only makes sense that it's going to him. Yeah. But like you said, good. The game was pretty decent. It picked up after the third quarter because like then Matt Stafford threw like a pick off the rip and like all that other stuff.
I was like, yo, Odell, it's over, fam. I don't know what to tell you, man.
It looked crazy for a second. Like I was like, there's no way that
send the whole team to the blue tent.
Could you imagine if the Cincinnati Bengals would have won that championship? Like how crazy.
We would have saw 37 Bengals jerseys on every corner. Like, I never met a Bengals fan in my life.
So like
in my life,
I feel like
in my life.
Okay, all right.
I go to pick up my wings, and the dude working at the wings joint has on a Bengals jersey, a Joe Burrow. I'm like, fam, just so you know, I've never met a Bengals fan in my life. Oh no, Joe Burrow's my guy. I'm glad he came to my Bengals. Like, I'm a Raider fan and Ohio State fan. He was just like, oh. To be honest with y'all should have won that game. I was like, that doesn't even sound like something a Bengals fan would say, bro. But that jersey still is that a tag? Is that a tag? Like, I'm over it. I'm over it.
So like, no one's been saying it to me, and I think that they're not saying it to me on purpose. But like, I'm hearing a lot of people tell me that they're hearing a lot of conversations about people say that the NFL is rigged and stuff like that. And you made a comment during the game where you say that this game is rigged.
I didn't say it was rigged, but I was just like, you made a comment, was like, man, this is a really good game. This is going crazy. And I was like, yes, it feels really scripted.
That's what you said. That's what you said. Felt scripted.
Yes.
So like, to all those people that think that the NFL is rigged and that like they planned for all this and all this other type of stuff, you tell me in what boardroom would 5 men sit around a table and be like, you know what we need is the Cincinnati Bengals in the Super Bowl? Because if they're going to rig a Super Bowl to put somebody in there, it's going to be the Cowboys, Aaron Rodgers or something like that, like Tom Brady. Like, all these guys are gone. Like, we watched.
Sometimes it's not about names, man. Sometimes it's about revenue of cities and places where they can, like, bring stocks up and stuff like that.
And Cincinnati is
the word I was looking for. Yes.
No,
yes.
No. Like that's
you want all your teams to be money grabbers, and if somebody is falling short, then like that history of not being somewhere. How many times, like, just be honest, how many times in the last decade has it all been about they haven't been to the playoffs in this many years? They have never won a Super Bowl, a World Series, an NBA championship. Like, it's literally iconically teams breaking these curses and these trends, and it sells tickets. And it sells jerseys, and it heightens revenues, and it brings jobs. And
we've been hearing nothing but these past like 10 years about the loss of viewership. Oh man, like nobody's watching these games. Nobody's watching this stuff. Nobody's watching this stuff. And it's like, I don't think the things that sell them are the players. Like Tom Brady and like going out like on a championship thing, like that would have been the easiest thing to do. And he gets eliminated in the second round because they beat someone in the first round, right? Or did they get eliminated in the first round?
Who?
Tampa Bay.
No,
I think they lost to the Rams. They lost to the Rams.
They had a first round bye.
Yeah.
And so they lost their first game.
No, the Packers had a first round bye. I think they played the Rams and they lost to the Rams in the first round.
I feel
like
remember
he almost had the comeback and they were like, yo, they were like, yo, Brady almost did it.
I feel like Tampa Bay beat somebody.
I don't think they did. I think they played the Rams in the first round, and that's what took them out.
Got you.
But it's like Patrick Mahomes, Buffalo with like Josh Allen. Like, there's definitely better options. Aaron Rodgers, like, potentially leaving Green Bay and then like having the MVP season, doing the anti-vax stuff. Like, he would have been an easy person to put in there. Like, who gives a crap about the Rams? But this is what I'm saying is like, if make it make sense. If you're gonna say that it's rigged and like they're trying to make certain things happen, they wouldn't happen with specific things with the certain people that are in there.
You have to follow the money.
Okay.
Money will give you the answer.
Yeah, the answer is who's going to bring us the most money. And it's like they've shown it's Tom Brady anytime he's in the Super Bowl. It's Aaron Rodgers. Like, Joe Burrow is cool and all, but it's like Cincinnati games were not the most watched games in the NFL this year. You know what I mean? Like, they played the Raiders, right? So they beat Raiders. Then they beat the Tennessee Titans, and then they have this miraculous comeback against the Kansas City Chiefs. Like, why would the NFL want them to beat the Chiefs? Like, wouldn't you want Chiefs and Rams in there? I think the Chiefs and Rams game from 2 years ago is like the highest viewed game besides the Super Bowls in like the last like 10 years. That's what you would want if you're gonna try and do a conspiracy and say that like they want it to happen. Nobody wants no Cincinnati in there.
It seemed like it worked out. People were really excited.
Yeah, because that's the way it actually is, because it's not rigged.
Okay. I'm not arguing with you. You have your point of view.
It seems like you are arguing
mine.
with me, though.
Nope. Respectfully disagree.
Oh, man, I will get sturdy on that. Respectfully disagree. I'm trying to get respectfully disrespectful.
Hey,
like,
listen,
don't play
man,
with me.
It is what it is. It is what it is. Pistons won 2 rings.
Yeah. You know, with one of the greatest point guards of all time and one of the best defenses that we've ever seen. Beat Michael Jordan to do it too. And Larry Bird.
And none of them guys have coaching jobs.
Yes, they do. Bill Laimbeer coaches in the WNBA. Joe Dumars is a general manager.
I like Joe though, but Joe's likable.
Well, he's the only one that everybody likes, right?
Right.
Who else is going to coach? Dennis Rodman? John Sally? Isaiah Thomas used to be a coach and a GM, and he's an analyst.
Rip Hamilton could be. I think.
Oh, you're talking about those Pistons?
Yeah.
Chauncey Billups is a head coach.
No, I thought he was an assistant coach.
No, he's a head coach in Portland.
They took that man team away.
I'm just saying. You say
oh
that,
man, all right,
you
we
say
digress.
they're not there.
We
They're
digress.
there. How many Knicks are coaching right now? Doom, 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 doom.
Are you serious right now?
Yeah. Doom, doom,
Are you
doom,
serious right
doom,
now?
doom.
You know Jason Kidd's a head coach, right?
Yeah.
He was a Knick.
Are you really counting the Jason Kidd Knick era? That's what you're doing?
You said how many Knicks are
You really
coaching right now?
you really went.
You said how many Knicks are coaching right now?
Yeah.
Yes, Jason Kidd's a coach.
All right. Because I forgot that when
Pat
everybody.
Ewing is coaching as alma mater.
I forgot that when people think about,
Patrick Ewing is
Jason
coaching
Kidd's career, they're just like, remember Jason Kidd, longtime New York Knick? Like, that's what they talk about.
Patrick Ewing is coaching at his alma mater.
Because if we're talking about like New York is the place where point guards go to die. So like literally everybody went there at some point in time. Like Baron Davis was there, Charlie Ward was there, like Jason Kidd was there, Steve Francis was there. Like everybody went to the Knicks a little bit anyway.
You done?
Stephon Marbury.
You done?
I mean, I can keep going if you want to.
I mean, I could look up these standings too.
Go ahead. What do I care about that? Marvin Bagley, baby. Let's get it.
You rub your hands together and say that name.
Yeah, number one stunner.
Oliver Twist asks for more. Like, that's terrible. You better cut that out, man.
Go ahead and show me these Knicks standings if you really want to. You want to hurt your own feelings.
Can I get to this cultural gem?
Do you have a cultural gem?
Yes, I do.
Shine bright like a diamond.
All right, so this week I was gonna go back-to-back comedy, but I think we went add a little salt, a little pepper. So I'll save the comedy bit for next week. So this week we're gonna go with New Jersey Drive. You seen it before?
I did. It's one of those movies that missed me when it first came out, and like I didn't see it until like I was in high school, and I was like, "How have I not seen this movie?"
Because you're tripping.
All
you could definitely watch it on YouTube. It's on Vudu. I don't know what Vudu is, and it's also on Amazon Prime. So New Jersey. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, I feel like this is the first movie that you brought up that's actually on a solid streaming service. I feel like everything's been on YouTube.
So
YouTube, $2.
Star-studded cast. All right, so we have Gabriel Casillas. Is that how you say it?
I don't know. This don't sound very star-studded off the rip. I'm just saying.
Cut it out. We got the homie.
Star-studded cast. Gabriel, like that's not a good look.
Cut it out, man. We got Donald Faison in here.
Oh, your brother.
It's tripping, man.
My boy Turkleton.
We got Heavy D in here, man. Like, listen, man. This is a
star-studded, huh?
This brother's a hater, man. Listen. It's really worth the watch. All right. So if you worry about, you want to know what the premise is, young teenage kids living in Jersey at a time where like car theft is at a very high rate. So kids are going around stealing cars, skipping school and stuff like that. And through those trials and tribulations, they're like getting into calamities. Heavy D does have a really good moment. Yeah, Heavy D does have a really good moment in the movie where he's like checking the little dudes. You know what I mean? R.I.P. to homie, but it's definitely worth a watch, and it's definitely like the poor depiction of like how young black men get caught up in the societal norms of what they think is okay, and they're making poor decisions, and rather than having some leadership to get them out of that, they're just being judged by what's happening around them or what poor choices they're making, and they're being policed in a very hostile way, and it's leading to very, very poor outcomes.
Yeah, I think that right there is really the like the whole point of the movie is just like what happens when over policing. And it's just like when the people start to revolt due to it, or it's like it only leads to people being more sneakier or more aggressive because like you're doing too much. So like now we're gonna do too much to show you how like you want to wild out. We'll show you how we really wild out.
Right.
You ever Raisinet?
I do. I told you I had one from earlier.
You did?
So today I want to tell y'all. Yeah. Brother, almost made me snot. The double elbow fist to the chin.
If I could get my feet swinging in the
It's
background.
story time. Don't presume to know somebody before you get to know somebody. You want me to elaborate? Because I'm ready to.
I mean, you're going to.
Yeah, of course. I think often at times we allow ourselves to paint pictures of somebody based on somebody else's impression of them. I told somebody today, like, there's somebody that I disagree with, but I'm not going to tell you why that is. And I'm going to allow you the opportunity to form your own understanding of what you think your relationship is with that person. You know, so I was coaching a basketball game. I won't say against what team and where, but coaching at Commerce, we often get the only bad kids go there. Their kids are aggressive.
Yeah, bad rep.
We have a bad reputation, right? But it's not a proper representation of all the hard work the kids are putting in at this school to change the culture at that school. So oftentimes when we go to games or even in home games, the referees are really forward about, and I'm not talking about like we don't get foul calls and stuff like that, but it's almost like when I go to speak to a referee, he's already combative. And I have to say stuff like, your stripes are not a weapon. I'm just asking you a question. Oh, coach, I'm not raising my voice. You know what I mean? It's like you're already thinking that I'm this type of person based on some conversation you had at the Elks Lodge or at your homies' breakfast or with your other little referee buddies. Like, find out who we are as people before you get to thinking that we are somebody. So the reason I got to this point is because there was a special needs kid on the other team, right? So towards the end of the game, they have a pretty good lead on our team, but we played to the last whistle. So they put the kid in with the special needs, and he goes to shoot a three, and one of my kids blocks his shot. And they get the rebound, and they go to pass it to him again, and another kid blocks his shot, punches it out of bounds. So I call timeout. I call them over because they've never been in a situation like that, right? I was like, hey, guys, let him get a shot, right? So you come back out of the timeout, and one of my kids passes the ball to him. He comes up, kid knocks down a three. All right, we come up, my starting point guard gives him the ball again to make it feel like a steal. He takes off, gets a layup, hits a couple more threes. The gym goes crazy. It's like a great moment for him. I think he ended up with like 14 points or something like that. And then
y'all were catering to him too much.
Somebody else said
I
the
would have
same
came down
thing.
and like, yeah.
Well, his dad came over afterwards and was like, hey, don't be mad at your players for blocking his shot, because I really think that was a good moment for him to feel like people shouldn't take it easy on him. And he's like, it makes him feel more involved when like he gets his shot blocked and stuff like that.
I'm like, all right, no doubt.
Yeah. But the same referee that was being kind of hostile towards me and not really hearing me as a coach comes after to me to the game to shake my hand like, hey, coach, that was really good what you and your players did. I was like, yeah, you should just get to know people before you get to thinking that there's some other. I was like, because we are kind of nice over here, just so you know. And I could see the look on his face, like, and he walked away, like, yeah, like, come on, like, and it's not. I don't want to make this like a black or white thing. Like, this is just like in general. Like, don't always think that because of where someone comes from or who they are or who they're with, that you instantly know who that person is. Like, everybody deserves the right to pave their own path and present themselves how they want to be presented.
Are you saying that people should not be judged by the color of their skin, but the content of their character?
Okay, Martin.
I was gonna say, I wonder who that came from.
Okay, Martin. I was gonna be like, it's black, it's white.
Well, I was gonna say it's like what they say is like, they say when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me.
Out of you, not me.
Nah, because like the way you spell assume, it's like ass, you, and me. You make an ass out of you and me.
There's no and in there.
No, it's you and then and me.
There's no and in there. That's why I said when you assume, you make an ass out of you, not me.
There's no not in there either.
No, that's what I'm saying. But the saying is better when it's not, because you're not making.
Don't change the saying to say that the
I'm
saying
not
is better.
changing. We could look it up, and I'll tell you that you're saying the saying wrong. Because if you're the person assuming, and I'm not, you're not making an ass out of both of us. Just
No,
yourself.
because you're making me look crazy because you're making an assumption about me that's
You're
not true.
making an assumption that's not true, and you're making yourself look foolish.
Nah, you're making everybody. It's like what you were just talking about a minute ago. It's like when you give other people preconceived notions. It's like when you assume, you give other people those preconceived notions of the assumption. So it makes the ass out of me, but it also makes the ass out of you because you whatchamacallit, making the assumption that's not true.
Let's look it up.
Okay, you want to do it right now?
Nope.
Okay, because I was gonna say we've run long enough as it
Because I
is.
feel like once we figure it out, we might mess around and throw 20 more minutes. But yeah, do you have a nasty nugget?
We've run long, man. I don't want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I know you wanted to delve into some relationship stuff too. So ladies, don't worry. We're gonna make sure that we start throwing I don't know what we're gonna call it. Our names are so crazy. We'll figure it out. All right. Maybe I don't know. I'm not gonna try to freestyle it right now. But I don't have anything else.
I don't have anything either.
Appreciate y'all hanging out with us, man. Till next pod, holla at your boys.